Hello, knife fans. So, if you watch my channel, you realize I've reviewed a lot of toys in my time. And so those toys come in shipping boxes, and so I'm always opening up boxes. And right now, my favorite knife to do so is either this, which is this automatic SK5 blade thing. It's just convenient because it's, that. I have cats, so I can't have them running around with a bunch of sharp blades. You can buy this off Aliexpress or probably eBay or Amazon or something like that. So if you see something like this, it's pretty good, quite reliable. Before that, I was using this Microtech thing, but this Microtech is quite expensive, so I kind of stopped using it. And also, the blade is so long that I'm afraid I'm going to cut the object inside the box. So I also tried this one out. This is some other kind of alpha bladed thing, and one nice thing about this kind of knife is it has these detents, so you can bring out the blade a little bit, only that much, and then just cut through the box and not really risk cutting, the object inside of it. So this works fine. It's just that it's kind of big and unwieldy. This is also from Aliexpress. Okay. As you see me opening stuff on the reviews, I have these little tiny X-Acto things as well. I don't really like them for opening boxes so much. I'm not sure why that is. I just don't feel... I mean, I guess you could. This one you'd have to sharpen every now and then. Anyways, I like the automatic features. So on AliExpress again, I have no affiliation with AliExpress. Buy this stuff wherever you can for as cheap as you can. Just where I live in Asia, so it's cheap for me to get stuff from there. This is basically, I think, some sort of knockoff of the Microtech. It's around the same length. If it should really interest you, the actual length is around 82 millimeters, or maybe 3 1/4, 3 and some odd inches. You can see it's got these Torx heads screws. They look like they're stainless screws. The body itself looks like it's painted, like powder coat painted. So longevity-wise, I guess it's okay. It's just that a Microtech is anodized, but a Microtech can cost considerably more, and you can see it's got this special tri-lobe screws and all that stuff. This thing was, I think, like $10 or $15, so it's still an OTF, but it has a replaceable blade, unlike these two. Technically you can replace this blade as well, but this, you'd have to sharpen the thing, right? So this comes with some surgical blades. Zinsan Chang, some sort of standardized scalpel blades for, scalpel like medical doctor kind of stuff. So in this bag we have here the 5 or maybe 10 blades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, 10 blades. And I think you can maybe get the ones with the sharp, like X-Acto kind of points, this kind of thing, the X11 blade I think it's called. But this has a curved one, because again, I'm going to guess maybe doctors prefer curved blades for cutting into things. Now this is dangerous, of course. This is a very sharp blade, so putting these things on, you'll notice there's a groove right there, and so you got to slide that groove into this narrower part of the blade. And then the back is going to eventually snap down. But I guess you can do it. Obviously, I just did it there. But kind of freaks me out sometimes, especially removing this. You're going to have to now. I just basically would recommend pliers. Removing this is a little sketchy, but if you have some pliers, now I'm going to lift this up and then pull it away. But I'm a righty, so there. So I think if you just have some pliers, you're going to be a lot safer, right? Just doing this. No risk of hurting yourself. Okay? So, now that whole blade vanishes away. I'm going to stall this out. So that's how you stall it. I just want to see if it's going to scrape that opening. See, that's coming very close. That's the peak. I would say the peak of that blade right there, and it still has a half millimeter or millimeter, so I don't think you could ever actually scratch and dull the blade. I'm pushing it as far as I can there, but I think you can still see there's air there. So if you have a stalled blade like that, you just have to pull it out until it locks out into place, and it works again. So very convenient as far as engaging the blade itself. I'm going to do some sample cutting, and let's see how well it works. Of course it's going to be sharp. What I don't know is, will the thinness of this blade be effective cutting boxes? So I already prepared this little toy box here. I put double layers of masking tape. Yeah, obviously no problem there. Double layers of thick packaging tape. Okay. This is a pretty thin cardboard box here. Being a new scalpel, no problems of course. Yeah, so obviously that's quite effective. Because the blade being so thin, it doesn't actually ruin the cardboard as much either. Here's literally one of the things my model cars came in from China. Yeah, it works. Well, might as well. Yeah, I cut through that very easily. I don't want to cut my fingers. Yeah, that bubble tape very easily. Here's a wooden eyelash thing. Okay, well I gotta say, the surgical blade, I was a little skeptical being it's such a thin piece of metal, but it doesn't really bend that much. It definitely bends a little compared to an SK5 or that Alpha blade in that, but I think it's gonna be pretty good. Ideally, actually, I wish someone would just come out with a blade only that long, like a half an inch or even smaller if you work in English, but honestly, I think I would be happy with just even like a 10 or 15 millimeter blade, just so I can put it right up against the cardboard box and not worry about cutting into the object inside the box. Alright, well anyways, I would say this is worth the money. It's very convenient. I like it. I like it already, but I'll have to use it for a while, and if it finds some sort of fault in it, if it breaks easily or something, I'll do a different video. I didn't even talk about this. It's a stainless pocket clip, and it's got the Torx headed stainless screws as well, so you could obviously remove that if you want, but no reason to. It actually fits your hand pretty well too, because it's curved here, right? It's not a total rectangle, so it's kind of mimicking again some ergonomics from this. Although I will say, having the thing on the side of it feels a little more natural. This feels fine. Engaging it, it's just that you're not going to cut anything. You have to literally shift your hand now. Then you can start cutting stuff. But I think it's kind of, I don't know. I guess you could cut with this, like this, but try to leave your thumb on there all the time. Seems a little bit odd. But again, for the price, fantastic stuff. So we'll see in the next knife review. I'm going to buy a bunch of other small knives just to have some variation in my box cutting on this channel. Alright, we'll see you around. Take care. Bye.